So when we look at how the internet works, when people load up a website, when they're using a browser, looking for information, doesn't matter what kind of device they are on, you really have a very limited window to make that first impression. So whether you're looking for donations, volunteers, just reach into the market, you've got 4 seconds. Uh, the user's generally making their decision to continue on deeper into the site or to exit in that short a time frame. So the most important thing you want to look at today is site speed. You know, use a browser you don't normally use a device you don't normally use, bring up your website. If it takes more than 4 seconds to load, you're probably never going to get that user on your website. Once they hit your website, really important that you tell them what you want them to do. If you want them to volunteer, that homepage should have a sign-up form, information, everything they need to know to give their time. If you want them to give money, should have a donate button and everything they need to know to make a donation. The one mistake we see out there a lot is very empty homepages. Don't expect a user to go deeper into your site. Most site traffic starts at your homepage and doesn't go any further. So you want to make sure that homepage tells the whole story. And don't be afraid to look at your website on multiple devices. If you're normally working on a desktop, take a minute, get your phone out, take a look at that website. What's the message? How are you delivering it? Does that first impression on mobile give all the information you need to provide to get that customer involved? Where's my button? When we look at websites overall, most websites get zero organic traffic. It's just the nature of the beast. If the customer doesn't know who you are and they're Googling to find a resource, they may never find you. So you really want to make sure there's enough information on that homepage that the search engine can understand who you are, where you are, what you provide to the community, and what you want people to do. If you don't put it on your homepage, people aren't going to go deeper. The search engine may never go deeper. The search engine doesn't find everything on your homepage, it's never going to rank you. If it doesn't rank you, you don't get the organic traffic. So you really need to make sure your site provides as much information as possible right up front. The math is between 60 and 70% of your traffic, in some cases 70 to 80%, bounce, which means they only look at your homepage and they exit. Or they try to load your homepage, it doesn't load fast enough, they exit. That exit is a bounce. They didn't click anything, they didn't do anything. They just hit that one page and they left. So you want to take a look at what's going on, and we'll look at Google Analytics so you can track that data. Overall, with Google, Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever search engine you're using, 65% of searches don't ever result in a click. So people search for what they want, find it on the screen, the data's all there, there's no reason to click. They're looking for a phone number, they're looking for an address, they're looking for information on the business that they can find from your Google Plus page. They just don't need to click through. So what you need them to do is click through to take action, you've got to work to get that click through. You've got to work to get that user into your website. So when we look at overall Google search, US-based, national-based, international-based, we've got 8.5 billion searches a day worldwide. It's crazy. Google is the do-all, end-all, die-all. We don't ask our mom for information anymore. We pick up our phone and say, hey, find the plumber near me, find the jewelry store near me, where can I buy pizza near me? It's all handheld, it's all voice-driven. When we look at the searches in the US, and Bermuda is probably going to be pretty close, 75% of our traffic is mobile. What that means is when you look at the 100,000 searches a second, 75% of them are mobile. Of those mobile, 50% of all mobile searches are voice driven. It's back to asking their hand. They're talking to Siri, they're talking to Alexa, they're talking to Cortana, if they're talking to whatever's on my computer. There's somebody on my computer, I keep her muted from MSN. It's just the nature of what's happened to search. People don't ask their friends for recommendations. They ask Google, they look at reviews. So you want to make sure that as much data as possible is on the web and that it is voice friendly, that Google can pull it. If your website's more than 2 or 3 years old, update it. because you may not have the most current technology and your data may not be voice reactive. If it doesn't react to a voice command, you don't get that traffic. And that's literally 50% of the traffic that's coming through search. And yeah, people make a lot of searches a day. If you ever want some fun, pick a day, start when you get out of bed, see how many Google searches you do a day. I know the answers to most of these questions, and I can tell you I probably do between 50 and 100 on a busy day. Because I'm always looking for a phone number, an address, how do I spell something? And it's just faster to ask Google than to look it up in Outlook, because Outlook takes 4 minutes to load. Google gives me the answer in 2 seconds. It's all about speed. Speed is the game today. Mobile search itself, you're probably going to be even higher in a smaller community, but 60% of search on a mobile device is about a purchase. They're trying to buy a service, they're trying to buy a product, they're trying to go shopping. Everything's all about immediate gratification. And we get that from our cell devices. With a mobile search, they're looking for a plumber, they're looking for a pizza, whatever it is, the action is generally within 60 minutes. Whatever they're looking for, they're going to make that outbound call, they're going to click an order. It's all driven by cell. If your website was built for desktop, that's great. You need to look at it from a mobile perspective and see how well your device, your site works on a mobile platform. Critical today. I don't care who you are. I don't care what country you're in. It's got to work, and it's got to work and be easy. Homepage. Again, whatever you want to ask that user for. You want their time, you want their money, you want their survey data, whatever you're looking for them to do. You want them to read an article, you got to get it on the homepage, because they're never going to get off your homepage in 90% of the cases. Get that information up front. Don't make them look. That phone number should be on every page, header, footer, and your contact us page. Email address, header, footer, and contact us page. Physical location, header, footer, contact us page, occasionally sidebar, and somewhere you should have a link to Google Maps to get people to you if that's what you want them to do. It's all about making that website your interactive concierge. If the website does everything and they don't need to call you, you don't waste your time on the phone, and you get more action. And keep your checkout simple. If they're making a donation, the easiest answer is just a little PayPal donate button. One click, they put in the dollar amount they want to donate, they check out. Very, very easy. There are all kinds of ways to get donations from the public. Make it a one-click checkout, whatever system you're using. Don't make it too hard. If you make it hard, they'll walk away. All right, so we're going to look at organic, and we're going to look at it from a desktop perspective. So whatever you're looking for, I think we're looking for a florist at the moment, you're going to get paid ads. So depending on what you're looking for, depending on the market you're in, is how many paid ads you're going to get. You're going to get up to 4 paid ads, then you'll get 3 Google Maps, 5 FAQs, and organic results are so far down the page, you have to scroll to get to them. And we're going to look at paid ads, because Google has a program where you can get free money to run paid ads as a nonprofit, and we'll get there. But this is the money section, this top section of the site. This is where you're, oh, look, I have a laser. This is where you're going to get the most traffic. This is where you're going to get the most activity. This is where you're going to get the click and action items. So from the way Google breaks things out, we have Google Guaranteed, which is a service provider section, plumbers, lawyers, doctors, arborists, landscapers, roofers, any service provider that can pass the criteria can get into Google Guarantee. Then we get our up to 4 paid ads. In this case, we're seeing 3. Then we get our Google Maps, which start with a paid ad. So it's really important that you understand the landscape, and that literally the whole first page of a Google search results, it's all paid. There's no natural placement. And we'll get to getting you into paid. So Google paid ads on mobile. Google Guarantee owns screen 1. Google paid owns screen 2 into screen 3. Same layout. Google Guarantee, Google search ads, Google Maps ads, FAQs. On mobile, we also get images, videos, and then we get organic. So organic is potentially 4 screens deep. So it's very important that we get you into the Google nonprofit program so that you can be running paid ads and not have a cash outlay. So Google grants. Google grants, if you are a qualified nonprofit, which means 501(c) and you have a TechSoup account, and if you don't, you can create one. It takes about an hour to get through the process. Then you have to wait for Google to get you approved. But Google will give you $10,000 a month. It's not real money. It's like Google bucks, but you can spend on paid ads. That gets you into Google search. $10,000 a month will go a long way into raising awareness, raising funds, raising volunteers. So google.com/grants. Step 1 is just filling out the short form. Step 2 is filling out the little bit longer form. Step 3 is just waiting for Google to get their feedback from TechSoup. TechSoup. Do not pay TechSoup $300 a month, please. You have to have a TechSoup.org account. You probably already have one. You just have to log in, create an account, and link to it. That TechSoup account number is what you need to put into Google Grants to get your grant approved. TechSoup basically is a giant archive of nonprofits. They're crazy on their pricing. Their pricing is $300 a month forever. Don't pay them. We can do it a whole lot cheaper, and you can manage your own account. Once your grant is approved, this is a grant we just got approved first week in November. You build your campaigns, you build your ads. You have $320 a day to spend on Google. Some ads work, some ads don't. Our donations campaign looks like crap, but our recruitment and our volunteer campaigns are kicking butt. They didn't spend $10,000 in their first 30 days, but they did this week wasn't active. So they'll probably spend 30 days, maybe about 3 out of 10,000, but it's their first month. When you set up your account and you build out your campaigns, you will need help to build this out. It's not a problem. It takes anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to get you through the process and get the account built. But once it's running, so in their first 3 weeks, they've had 1,686 people come through to their website. It's a beautiful thing. It's a way to get that traffic off of page 1 of search without an out of cash spend. The Google Grant campaign, we can help you with the application setup, the ads account setup, the ad scripting. We can do it all. Anywhere from 1 to 2 hours total in, and then you don't need any monthly cost. There's no monthly, don't pay somebody $300 a month. You don't need to. Once you're approved and your ads are running, and I can give you, if you want a reference, I can give you Engine's information. Once this is up and running, unless they call me and say, hey, I need something changed, that there's no expense. It's already built. It's done. One and done. Don't pay anybody a monthly rate for that. That's crazy. Things that are really, really important for you to keep in mind. Google Analytics, if you're not running it on your website, you should be. You need to know where your traffic's coming from. You need to know what your traffic is doing when it hits your site. Is it bouncing? Is it going deeper? What pages do people like? What pages do they never get to? Google Webmaster Tools. And we're going to go a little deeper into each of these. But Google Webmaster Tools will give you consumer behavior. What keywords did the consumer use to find you? What keywords did the consumer use that they didn't click on you? Those are keywords you may need to put into your website. We'll also look at ADA compliance testing. There are lawyers that make a living suing websites for not being compliant. It's a very easy process. If it's a WordPress website, it'll take me about 15 minutes. I can get you up there. Not a problem. And we'll look at these all in detail. So don't think you have to learn it all in 30 seconds. So I think we're doing analytics first. So what analytics is going to give you is your traffic. How much traffic do you have on a daily basis? I have no idea what website we're in, but this particular website's doing between 400 and about 700 visitors a day. And I don't have time frame. This looks like about 30 days, August, September. Nope, this is 90 days. So they're doing 6,000 visitors a quarter, 5,900 of which are new. They haven't been here before. Bulk of their traffic, direct, paid search, organic, social search, which is getting bigger day by day, and then referral. You send out an email marketing link and they click the link. That's going to be a referral link. Okay, and then this is going to break down a little further and show you in comparison, where is the bulk of your traffic coming from. So for this particular site, we are very low on organic social. They need to do a little bit of work here. Social should be a little more significant today. There's so many people on social media. And we'll cover social media, that you really need to use it as a launching point to get people into your site. Google will go deeper. It will then break out the traffic further and tell you, how many sessions did they use, how many events per session, what's their engagement level. So for this particular site, paid and organic are running neck and neck. That's actually really good. Both running higher than direct, which is unusual. But again, if we can get 50% engagement from any audience, that's beautiful. And they are getting in 30 days or 90 days, they had one organic video link. If you're not doing video, get some video out onto YouTube. YouTube is a great source for traffic, great source for visibility. When you're putting your video on YouTube, make sure you put in a good description, and in the description, you put a link to your website. Give people a chance to get to you. Where in the world is your traffic coming from? Always important to know. Google will break this down by country, and you click on each country, it'll break it down by state. You can click on each state, it'll break it down by city. So a lot of data and analytics. You can spend days and days in your Google Analytics and get lost. And it's not going to necessarily make you money. Do analytics in small bits. See where the value is. So for this particular website, we have limited traffic coming in from other countries. If there's a country you're trying to target, this will show you who you're missing. If there's some place you're trying to avoid, this will tell you, if you don't want traffic coming in out of India because you can't serve that market, those are 41 clicks that you might want to investigate how they're finding you, because you really don't want that traffic. And generally, when it comes from India, it's bot traffic. And bots can be blocked. So Google Webmaster Tools, this is Search Console. And what you find in Google Search Console is a lot of different data. So it's going to give you your clicks coming through. It'll give you your impressions, which is also data you're getting in your analytics. So I was going to tell you your average position for all the keywords that you're coming in for. In this case, the average position is 56, which is page 6, position 6. And Google today, depending on what Google server you're on, there are no more pages. So you just have to scroll down through 5 screens to get to the 6th level. And that's where that link for that website's going to be. But again, we had 100 clicks, we had 40,000 impressions, and it's just showing you the value of what's going on a day-to-day basis. We're on my website now. Cool. So top search phrases. What are people using to find you, and which phrases are actually generating clicks and which ones are not? So Web Design Albany, which is what I do and where I am, there were 1,500 impressions, but 0 clicks. That means I got to do a little work. That's a keyword that I want to get a percentage of this traffic, and I am getting 0. And this is free data. Google's Webmaster Tools is free. It's going to give you all kinds of internal information. So we're in the performance section. We're looking at search queries. Links. So if you go into the link section, it'll tell you how many external links do you have. Links are coming into your website. Internal links, links from in your website going to different pages. It's just great information to know. So external links, links that link into my site. It's telling me I have almost 90,000 backlinks, links from other websites in. And that's great. I mean, the more, the better. If you're just starting out or you haven't done any work to get backlinks, you're probably going to be at a very low single-digit number. That's okay. It's a good starting point. Best place to get your first external links are going to be your social media profiles. Every social media profile has the option for a link back to your website. Make sure you put your website in the box. And very important, any place you put your website, never just put your website.com. You have to have the https:// in front of it so it hot links. Critical on YouTube. YouTube does not hyperlink anything without an https:// in front of it. If you do not have an HTTPS, if you only have an HTTP link, you need to get an S. That S is your SSL. Nobody's going to give you money or go to your website because they're going to get a browser alert that says you're not secure. Got to have the S. So Google Tools, again, you can spend days and days in Google's toolbox. Use that data for discovery, for planning. Once a month, go in and take a look at what's going on. Don't get lost. Don't spend days inside of Google and have nothing to show for it other than learning historical data. History is fine, but the future is not the past. And if you look at anything that's been going on in the last 4 or 5 years with COVID, year-over-year comparisons are pretty much useless right now. So web accessibility. So now we're looking at what does it take to make your website accessible for those with disabilities. You need your ADA score to be 70% or higher to avoid the legal pitfalls that are just lawyers looking for a quick buck. As a nonprofit, you do have a target on your back. You do want to make sure you're at least at 70% for your ADA score. At 70%, you've put in an effort. At a 0% score, you're going to probably get sued just because you've done zero to get your site accessible. There are plenty of free tools out there. These are all free sites you can check your website on. We like to use accessibilitychecker.org. It'll let you check your site for free. It does not send you a bunch of junk mail after. It doesn't make you give an email address. You put your website in. This is an event that we manage, and it's a WordPress site. A perfect world will be 100% compliance. If you've never done any ADA work, you won't be at 100%. But you'll probably be somewhere between 50 and 70. You just want to make sure you're north of 70. For a WordPress website, I can get it from below 70 to above 70 in about 15 minutes. We add a plugin, we test it, we check the score. Not hard to do. Don't pay somebody thousands of dollars to do this. There's a lot of scams out there. Google My Business. Everybody can have a Google My Business page. Anywhere you are in the world, Google My Business, you put your keyword in. If it's your business name, your business should pop up to the right. Your reviews show here, your location information, if you're showing it, your business hours, phone number, pictures. Keep in mind, clients can post pictures to your page. I've actually updated this since then, but I don't think Nikki's picture has come off of my page yet. But again, the more data you have out here, the more likely when someone's looking for you, they can find you. When we look at organic search beyond your Google My Business page, you should put your nonprofit name in and see what else comes up. So what you're going to find, social media is going to dominate and may even beat, and I have a well-optimized site, your website, because LinkedIn is way bigger with way more traffic than me. And in this case, LinkedIn beat out Facebook. It is what it is. Those social media pages are very, very important, and we will get into social in our next section. But your Google My Business page, if you don't have one, business.google.com, they're free. Go build one. When you build your GMB page, you have to give it a street address so that it can verify you on the map. Once your page is published and verified, you can take your street address off and just put a service area in. If you put the service area in to start with, your page is not going to get verified. This is the Google Maps tool. It has to have a street address to map. Again, once the page is verified, you go in, tell it you're a service area, put the whole country of Bermuda, and take the street address out. That's fine. Unless you want people to find you. If you're a destination and you want people to come to you, then you definitely want your street address in. All right, we're going to cover a couple of SEO myths, and then we're going to dive into social. So there's been a lot of talk about duplicate content. There is no such thing. It is the biggest misnomer in the search engine world. Every franchisee that has a franchise website, I don't care if you're McDonald's, I don't care if you're Roto-Rooter, you all have duplicate content. You're a franchise. That's just normal. It's the nature of things. It does not stop you from getting indexed. There are no penalties. There is no blacklist. Just keep in mind, if you're a franchisee or you're a St. Jude location in Bermuda, and there's St. Jude in Albany, and there's St. Jude in Ohio, and you all have the same content, Google just may or may not index the content, but it will always index the site. There's no penalty for having the same content that's on another website. Cross links versus in links versus out links. A cross link is a link within your website to your website. So on your homepage, you have a link to the Donate to Us page. That's fine. There's no value to it for SEO, but that's there for your users so they can make their donation. An inbound link is a link from Facebook, let's say, to your website. That's great. It's a pathway people can follow to get into your website. Inbound links have value. They create SEO value and they bring traffic, which can be even more valuable. Outbound links. Outbound links are links within your website that link out to resources. If it's of value to your customer, that's great. If it has no value to your customer and it's just a link out to a restaurant that you like for no reason on your website, you're not helping yourself. Outbound links have zero value and they provide exits for your traffic. So we don't want to put an outbound link in unless there's value for your customer, or let's say it was a sponsor for an event and you have their information on your blog post and you're linking out because they're your sponsor. That's great. There's value there for the sponsor. There's no value for you, but that's okay. Domain names. .org versus .com versus .biz versus .tv, .guru, .site, .everything. There are over 500 extensions. You don't need them all. You need the .org because you're a nonprofit, and you need the .com because people are stupid. We have what's called muscle memory. We type something, we type .com after it because we've been trained to do that. So if the .com is available, buy it, point it to your .org. You don't need a second website. You don't need any website on the .com, but you do want to own it if you can so that people don't get misdirected. And there's really no reason to buy more domain extensions. If you're going to have an intranet, you might want the .net, but unless you're building an intranet system, you don't need a bunch of domain names. Just the .org is enough. There we go, social.
Just to say, in Bermuda, we also have .bm.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know how, if the same need for .com.
So I would buy the .org because you're the nonprofit.
Yeah.
.bm for local, and I would still buy the .com. Stupid. It's not that you're stupid. We have inbred muscle memory. We've been typing .com for 30 years. So the fact that there are 500 different extensions, your grandkids and your kids have been typing everything else for their whole lives. But for those of us north of 40, north of 50, north of 60, we only type .com for so long that I know a website's .org and I'm still typing .com and I'm managing the website. It's just habit. A domain is $15 a year. It's worth the $15 a year to capture the .com traffic. You also want the .com traffic because you don't want someone faking a website with your name on it, your nonprofit .com, and trying to steal money. It is a protective move to own the .com and to own the BM because you don't want someone masquerading as you out there. If you're a known entity and they're typing in .com just from habit and they're getting a site that looks like your site but isn't your site, they could be making donations to a scammer. So it's all about thinking forward. Social media, woohoo, we need to be everywhere. Every single social media platform out there, we will not look at them all. We're going to look at a handful. You could get the list of the top 50 social media sites once a week, build a profile. Add your backlink, put your phone number in, put your donate button in, build them all. They're all avenues to get free traffic. Make sure you own the page, top level, board of directors, CEO, whoever's in charge owns the page. Make everybody else a manager. The biggest issue you're going to have out there is pages getting stolen, pages getting bad things put on them. The easiest way to control that is to have one owner and lots of managers. And if you fire someone or someone leaves the organization, they're no longer donating their time, you just take them off the page. If you're the owner, you can do that. If they're an owner, they can take you off the page. One admin, lots of managers. And always ask for what you want. You know, you get all kinds of placement on these social media pages. You've got cover art, you've got a logo. Always ask for what you want. Always ask for the money. Ask and you get, don't and you won't. And Facebook will give you a whole bunch of additional features you can get into. You can post events, you can do fundraising, you can have a field day on Facebook. And that's where a lot of the traffic is. All right, so Facebook, you have to start out with a personal page. You can't have a business page without a personal page. It's just how Facebook works. You have to say that you're who you are, where you are, if you're over 18, if you're going to do political advertising. They will ask you a whole bunch of questions when you set your page up. Once you've got your page established, and I would think most of you probably already do, um, things to keep in mind. If people want to friend you and you don't want to friend them, that's fine. Just delete. If you get a friend request from someone who you are already friends with, it's probably a fake page. Just delete. You can unfollow anyone you want. I have a family member. I have a sister that is way off the deep end as far as her political views, social views, etc. I unfollow her for 30 days at a rip because I don't want her stuff on my wall. Uh, she's totally entitled to her opinions, but they are strange. Uh, the problem with having all her strange things on my wall is someone goes to my page to see who I am. I don't want her crap on my page. And if I'm unfollowing her, she's not listed as a friend. She's not even in my little friends pile. You can invite all your friends to like and follow your page, your business page, once you've built your business page. And keep in mind, if you get messaged by someone that you don't know, it's probably a scam. Anything you get on Facebook, alerts that you get in your notifications that say you're in violation of trademark rule, it's a scam. Emails that you get that are not addressed to the email you registered with Facebook, if you have more than one email, it's a scam. There are so many scams out there right now. It's just scary. I get the copyright infringement notification about once a week, but I manage over 100 pages. They're all scams. If you had a copyright issue with Facebook, you would get a certified letter from a metal lawyer. You're not going to get a message from some unknown person in your notifications. Facebook has lots of money. You'll get something formal. So your personal page is just you, your cover art, who you are, what you do. You can list your nonprofit. If you set it up, you can add another backlink. It's a great place to put a backlink. Don't be afraid to put your nonprofit logo up on your cover art. All right. So we borrowed Suzanne's page because I needed a nonprofit example, fun to play with. So same thing, logo, big cover art, small section. You can put logo, you can put picture, and your information, who you are, what you do, contact information. Pages are free. Go build a page. Pages are good. Once you've got your page built, we're going to look at settings. Within your Facebook page, you have page and tagging settings. Watch out what you have for settings. So who can post on your page? In most cases, you're not going to have everyone. You're going to have friends only, or you're going to have me only. Be careful if you let everyone post everything, because you will get strange things on your wall eventually. You can turn on reviews. So review posts are tagged in before they appear. Review tags that other people have added to your page before they appear. Just toggle these on, preview prior to post, and you'll get a notification someone's trying to post to your wall. Is it okay? And you can look at the post, look at the person, approve it or not. So this is just in your privacy settings under pages and tagging. And each page has its own settings. So if you're managing 2 or 3 different business pages, each one's going to have its own settings. Oh, we got the same slide twice. Well, there you go. We should have a second. No, we just have the same slide twice. Okay. Facebook Marketplace. So Marketplace allows nonprofits to post. You can put anything you want into whatever category you want. If you're selling t-shirts for a fundraiser, put them out here. Don't be afraid to put things out into Marketplace. It's a great way to drive visibility. It's free. Free is good. A great way to drive donations. You'll find all kinds of nonprofits are out there posting information on Facebook looking for donations. Ask. Put the ask out there. Even if nobody ever donates, that message, that picture's out there, and lots and lots and lots of people will see it for free. Once you've created that marketplace listing, you can then share that listing. So any groups you belong to, just check the box. Facebook will make suggestions to join other groups, and check the box and just share that marketplace listing onto all those pages. It's free. Obviously, pick things that make sense. If you pick a group that it doesn't make sense, so like let's say you decide you're going to send it to, where are we? Santa Fe real estate. You're going to post to Santa Fe real estate for sale. They're probably just going to block the post. It's fine. They just won't let it on the page because it's not related. Or maybe they like your nonprofit and they let it on the page, but it's still free to do. Facebook Messenger. Facebook provides a chat bot that's managed by Facebook Messenger. You can put this right on your website. It's free. You want to have interactive chat on your website? Perfect. You don't need software. You don't need hardware. You don't need to log into anything. If you have a smartphone, you put the Messenger app on your phone, you put the Messenger app on your website, and you can just message people just like you're texting, just within Facebook Messenger. It's a great way to be interactive with your site visitors. If they message you, you'll get an alert on your phone, your little, on my iPhone, it goes ping, and I know somebody's messaging me. It's just a great way to, again, make your site more interactive with your site visitors. They may never get past your homepage, but if they start to chat with you, you might actually get some value out of that visitor, whether, again, time, money, assistance, whatever you can get, whatever you're asking for, ask for it. Instagram, you can connect your Instagram account, upgrade it to business, one click, connect it to your Facebook account. When you post on Facebook, it cross posts to your Instagram. Videos, images, content, everything that you put on Facebook come across to Instagram. If you do not put an image or a video in your post, Instagram doesn't post just plain text posts like Facebook does. But again, every time you take a picture and put it on your wall, let it go to Instagram. It's just a great next step. One more place people can find you. And Instagram is very powerful. YouTube, again, build a channel, put your logo in, put your link in. You can put up to 5 links, so don't be afraid to put your donation link, your website link, your Facebook link, your Instagram link. Load it up. If you can have 5 links, build them all, not just one. When you do your videos, again, you want your title. You can get about 15 words into this title. This one's a little short. You want your description, and you want that link. So that's their donate link. You want to put a link with HTTPS into the description so that when they click, they come through and can get to your donate page, or they can go right to a straight donate link, which this is. It's just a great way, again, drive visibility, drive donations. LinkedIn, if you're not already doing LinkedIn, same message. Get your business added, build yourself up, build your profile up. The more information you can put out on the web, so when someone's looking for you, they can do business with you, they can donate to you, they can volunteer, whatever you want them to do, be out where they're playing. So when we look at LinkedIn, LinkedIn does a lot for employment, does a lot for visibility for businesses. Facebook is more of a playground, Instagram more of a playground, but you're going to get people in their happy place, and the average person spends multiple hours a day in their preferred social media. LinkedIn, company story. So from your business page, you click on the company page and you come through to the company page. And again, who are you? What do you do? Put your essay in here, your about information, any jobs, employees, get as much information out there, including your web address. Give people every opportunity to get to you. LinkedIn is just another great place to put your information. All right, so Facebook. So we're going to look at, I guess what they're calling today is a hack. How to get to 10,000 followers. Everybody have a Facebook page? Sort of, kind of. So your Facebook page. Oh, and someone's messaging me. Hang on. All right, we'll get back to that. It's 88 questions. We'll get there. So Albany Job Fairs, one of the events I run, we had 2,000 followers. 2,000 followers was great. More than 10,000 is better. You can use sites like SocialWick or Media Mister to get there. You can buy your followers. It's a hack. But once you get above 10,000 followers, you can monetize your Facebook page. So you hit the 10,000 mark, you're going to get a notification from Facebook that is real that says, oh, congratulations, you've reached 10,000 followers. Let's monetize your page. By monetizing, you're letting Facebook add some advertising to your business page, but they will pay you every month. If you have a lot of visitors and a lot of activity on your page, it can be worth hundreds of dollars a month to let Facebook monetize your page. So buying your followers, yeah, $100. That's it. So we're going to look at Social Wick a little deeper. So Social Wick, this particular client 2 days ago had 8,000 likes. He posts tons of reels, tons of information, lots and lots and lots of pictures. Perfect monetization candidate. He was just 1,700 followers short. So for $24, we bought 2,500 followers, and in 48 hours, he went from 8,000 to 13,000. That's the game. Get above 10, you'll get your invitation. We bought 2,500, which would have put us somewhere between 10 and 11, and his math worked out really well. Social Wick actually over delivered by about 1,500, which is perfect. So some drop off, that's okay. He still has 8,000 likes. He got them organically, but we had to use a little bit of a hack to get him to that north of 10,000 mark so he can monetize. And that's all you're looking for. You're just looking for that extra income flow. And if you have to spend $24 to get 2,400 next year, it's a no-brainer. Again, don't be afraid to buy. In this case, Social Wick, we are not picking a country. We're just buying generic followers to get to the math. You can buy country specific. It's a little more expensive. Add a zero. But you can tell it if you only want followers in Bermuda. You can pick Bermuda as the country, and you can tell it how many followers you want, and it will generate. But honestly, if you're just doing this for monetization, buy the cheap ones. You're just doing it so Facebook will start paying you. Facebook paying you is good. All right, so social media marketing. This is a key success factor. We look at what people are doing in a given minute. Everybody's on social media. It's ridiculous. Instagram, Facebook, Threads, which is Facebook's version of Twitter. It's a data feed. Twitter, which is now X. Big players. You also want to look at TikTok. You want to look at Snapchat. You want to be everywhere. Look at every single platform that's in the top usage and make sure you're there. YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. I think it's just streaming. Get yourself everywhere. The more places you are, the better. Your Google Plus page, huge, millions, huge, huge, huge. Get yourself everywhere. Posting tools. So there are tons and tons of tools out there. We like Hootsuite, but it's no longer free. There are plenty of free ones. Zoho, Yext, Crowdfire offer free. Brevo, great email marketing platform. We'll look at that a little deeper, but they also offer a social posting tool, free account. Be very, very careful with AI. Because AI, if you're letting AI write your posts, you may end up with things you don't intend to say on your page. So make sure you proofread anything done with AI. Please proofread. Oh my God, please proofread. And then canva.com, if you want to start creating memes, create a free account, build free memes. Shift. So when we look at the shift that's happening out there in the real world, we're looking at digital streaming, passing TV. So if you look at the last 4 or 5 years, it's been running closer and closer and closer. Projections are 2024. There will be more TV streamed than watched. It's just the way we're going. There are too many options in streaming land. Why watch commercial TV when you don't have to? Why watch broadcast or cable when you don't have to? It's just the nature of the beast. So keep your eye on what's going on and get your message out on YouTube. People will sit and watch hours and hours of YouTube on their TV. Get your message out there. Email marketing. So for those of you that aren't doing email marketing, you need to start. For those of you that are doing it, you need to get better at it. Email marketing is the best way to build top of mind awareness. TOMA is like the most critical thing in the world since the dawn of advertising in general. If people know your name, they're much more likely to do business with you. If they don't know your name, they're never going to find you. TOMA will expand your reach. It'll build frequency. You can touch your donor base on a regular basis, whether it's once a month, once a year. If you're only going to send out Giving Tuesday and holiday appeals and anniversary appeals, great, 3 times a year. Whatever you're going to do, you want to have consistency and you want to get out there. You want to make sure you let your audience know when you're having an event, when you're doing, whether it's a fundraiser or a walk for a cause, whatever you have going on. And you want to at least once a year send a thank you message out. Thank your donors. And then for the ones that get the message that didn't donate, make sure you put a donate button so they don't feel guilty. They can click and they can give you money. You can take those email messages, those marketing messages, and put them up on your social media pages. Most every email platform has a button you can click and also post to your social page. Sync the email marketing to social, and when the email newsletter goes out, it also goes to your social page. It's also great to put on your website, put it on your blog for content. I mean, the more content you have on the web, the better. Try to always keep your content positive. Nobody wants to read the negative. Everybody wants to hear the good news stories. So email marketing, brevo.com, a basic account is free. They don't ask for your firstborn. They don't ask for a credit card. You can just go create a free account. You can dump all your email lists in. They do not charge per email. Constant Contact and MailChimp are subscription based, and they charge based on email list size. Brevo does not. You can send 300 emails a day for free. If you need to send on a more structured basis, you can. They have a little $25 a month plan, and you can send 20,000 emails a month if your list is that big. Again, it's a great way to stay top of mind. It's a great way to put an ask out there. Give people something they can share. There's no reason not to be doing email marketing. A free account removes the biggest barrier, which is cost. Free solves that problem. Create a template. You can recycle it every month, put a different picture in, and give them what's going on this month at your nonprofit. Give them a picture, give them a little story, give them a donate button. Ask and you get, don't and you won't. Email marketing lists. If you don't have one, you can build one. There's sneaky stuff out there. We can literally see inside of your website and pull traffic. It's kind of scary, but it is legal. So you can put software into your website that will track back B2B, it'll track back B2C, depending on what your target is. For B2B, it tracks back the company, their IP, their location, top 10 contacts, email addresses, phone numbers. It's an unlimited leads program. It's a flat rate. So if it's something you want to get into, we can get you some information on pricing. We can do a 2-week free trial. Everything is always month to month. If you're trying to find out what companies are on your website, this is a great way to get the inside scoop. By the same token, you can run B2C. B2C will tell you who they are, where they work, what social media pages do they have, their email address, their home address, how they got to you, what pages on your website did they visit. It's ridiculously intrusive, but they never know you're getting the information. Great way, again, to build your email marketing list. Build your list with people that are actually in your website already looking at your information. There is an opt-out banner that goes on the website. Anyone that doesn't opt out is automatically opted in, and you can legally drop those email addresses into your email marketing program. Very important that you do things legally. You don't need to be accused of spamming people. Kind of important things, board of directors, CEO, people that are active in your organization. Who owns your website? Who owns your domain name? Kind of important. And if you don't need to, I couldn't tell you how many larger corporations I've worked with that don't know. You need to know who owns your crap. And then you need to control who owns your crap. Your webmaster should never own your website. Your webmaster should never own your domain name. If you're having your website managed through a third party. I don't care if it's a newspaper organization, a radio organization, or a standalone web company. Nobody should own your assets except you. Very important. Social media, again, admin access is critical. Who's the admin? Make sure you know who the admin is. Everybody else should be editors or managers. Very limited as to admin, because any admin can delete any other admin. And it's not that you have a staffer that would do that, but if they leave their computer on their kitchen table and their 6-year-old kid comes in and pushes buttons, you can lose your page. Yeah. A significant ex-other could be doing something malicious on that computer and you can lose a page. I have seen, for those of you that haven't had a Facebook page hacked before, I have seen it all. Personal pages, business pages. Yeah. Admins should be limited. If you don't trust the person with your life, don't give them access to your assets, not as an admin. And one little reminder, legally source your artwork. If you go to Google and you look for pictures on Google and you use a picture on Google and you put it on your website and it's a Getty image, you're going to get a bill for $1,400. If it's a Shutterstock image, you're going to get a bill for $1,200. If it's a CanStock image, you're going to get a bill for about $900. You will not get out of that bill. You've used a licensed image on your website. You will get a cease and desist from a lawyer, and it's going to include screenshots of your web page and your web page's code showing that you've used an image that you do not own. You'll lose the battle every time. You can buy pictures for like $2. You can buy pictures on some websites with web licenses for $1. You can buy pictures on some license. You can go to Adobe free images and use Adobe's free image file if you have an Adobe account, and those images are all free. Don't grab something off of Google. It belongs to somebody. I don't care if Google says it's a free image. It's not. And you can use Google's image lookup tool to see who actually owns the image, but we're not getting that deep into detail. Just don't steal anything off the web. If it's a picture and it's important and you want it on your website, buy it. Social media, I don't care because that's behind a login and a password. Lawyers can't get to it. Website, very important. Cybersecurity. First thing you're going to do when you get home is make your password on Facebook a hard password. Second thing you're going to do is turn on 2FA, two-factor authentication. If you are not using two-factor authentication on Facebook, you will get hacked. The world is crazy out there, and there are people with nothing better to do than try to make money off of your contact list. So hard passwords, create a hard password that you can actually remember, use it everywhere. And you can vary it. You can put an FB in front of the hard password so you know it's your Facebook password. You can put an IG in front of it so you know it's your Instagram password, but use something that's not your dog's name, not your kid's names, not your birthday, something that's actually hard. Back up your data. Back up your personal data, back up your website, have an offline backup, someplace where your backup goes so that if your computer crashes, you don't lose it. And if your IT department says you need to upgrade something, just do it. That's their job. It's just not worth losing control of your data, losing control of a social media page, losing control of a website. Websites get hacked, they can be cleaned. But if somebody hijacks your data, you got a lot of work ahead of you. If you have a backup offline and your data gets compromised, you can throw out your current data, restore your backup from yesterday, and you're not paying ransomware. Two-factor authentication. Everybody hates it, but you got to embrace it. Without two-factor, your Facebook page will get hacked. It's just what's going on out there. Two-factor just means when you log into Facebook, you have to go to your phone and get a little code out of your code generator. Google Authenticator is the easiest one to use. It's a free app. You put it on your phone. You go to log into any social media, banking, Amazon, PayPal, any place you go on the web where if somebody hacked it, it would cost you money. Put two-factor on.
Hey, Darcy, I have a question about that.
Sure.
Because I assume others might be similar to me in terms of my social media on my phone. I'm just logged in. Mm-hmm. When you implement two-factor authentication, does that stop or do you just put
No,
it on your phone?
you're still going to be logged in, but when you go to open the app, if you haven't been on your phone in a while, it may ask you for a code.
It will, okay,
Generally, it's more desktop. Um,
right.
once you're logged in on your phone, it knows your phone. It knows your phone number. It knows you're you.
Okay,
My phone battery dies, and I grab Carrie's phone, and I want to log into when I'm into Facebook as me. I need a code.
right. Okay, that makes sense.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
if you're not using a code on every banking app you use, I mean, if somebody could get into your bank account, what kind of damage could they do? Most banking apps you can't do very much online, but you can move money between accounts, and you don't need to worry about that. You don't need your PayPal account to get hacked and then all of a sudden have a bunch of charges. Yeah, you can get them undone. It's a pain in the butt, but why do you want to go there? I mean, two-factor solves that problem. Two-factor can just be a code that goes to your phone and a little 6-digit number pops up and you type in your 6-digit number. I mean, I personally hate it, but I use it everywhere because I can't afford to worry about an asset getting hacked. And I have access to over 100 Facebook pages. Somebody gets into my page, they can do a lot of damage. It's just not worth it. It's free. It takes 2 extra seconds to tap the code. You got it. You got to do it. Yeah. Amazon. Somebody gets into your Amazon account. How much damage can they do? What's the limit on your credit card? Oh, 15,000. Well, then they can do $15,000 worth of damage ordering stuff from all over the place, and you're gonna have to be on the phone for hours sorting that out. And then it's gonna tie up your credit card, screw up your credit. It's not worth it. Free app. Throw a free app on your phone or get text messages to your phone. Protect yourself. AI. Oh my God. So AI is out there. Don't let it stress you out. Uh, it is what it is. It will generate interesting content, but please read it before you use it because it's like having someone overseas write your content. The English is not as necessarily English. The grammar is not necessarily what we want to see. The syntax can be a little strange. Uh, it will mimic problem solving. It will not replace problem solving. If you need more on AI, ebook, I got a little short link for you, so you don't have to write down a giant long link, and you will have a copy of this, so you can use it. Matter of fact, can I copy that? No, hang on, I can copy it out of. I will put it in the chat window. Hang on, I've got 4,000 windows open on my computer with this PowerPoint. I will stick that in the chat window. If you really want to play with AI, play with AI. Go copy, little chat window. There you go. It's in the chat window. Easier than trying to type it. Just anything ChatGPT builds for you, understand they built the same exact copy for 500 other people at the exact same time. You really want to make it unique. You want to make it yours. If you ask for an essay on the Scarlet Letter, it's giving you the same essay as it just gave to 14 other kids in your community and 14,000 other kids in your state and 14 million other kids across the country, and it's all the exact same thing. It's not going to replace people. If you need a blog post on why you should consider donating to a nonprofit this Christmas instead of buying a tree, great. But understand it's going to give that exact same essay to everybody else. So let it generate the baseline content. Go in, reread it, rewrite some of it. Don't just copy paste. Copy paste with ChatGPT is not ideal. Again, recap. Number one thing on your to-do list, get a Google grant. Apply for it, get it, start putting yourself out there, top of search, let people find you. Run your Google grant internationally. Money is green anywhere. Make sure in your website you've got your analytics, your search console, and that you have your ask on page one. If you don't have a Google My Business page, build one. If you do have one, improve it, add more to it. Social media, again, if you don't have the social media pages, start building them. I'm sure if you Google for the top 50 social media platforms, you can find a list, one a week. Don't make yourself crazy. And I will give you a really good hint. When you build that first social media profile, put all the answers to all the questions in a Word doc. So when you next week you're going to go build the next one, you can just copy paste. All of the data inside a social media platform is behind the login and password. It doesn't matter if you use the same content. Search engines can't read it anyway. Email marketing, if you're not doing it, you need to start. Email marketing is going to be the core way you're going to keep your message in front of people. You want to make sure they know you're still there. Once a month is enough. Just be consistent. And two-factor authentication, yeah, I can't stress that enough. Use it everywhere. Personal, professional, business, everywhere, because you've got to protect your assets and your business. And that's really what you need to make sure that everything is covered, especially your butt. Cover your butt. All right. About us, websites, optimization, paid search. My goal in life is to build the better mousetrap. I want to make sure that whatever your target is, you can capture that target. That's how we roll, and we do it all digitally because you're not going to get people with newspaper or postcards. Print is dead. You got to be out there on the web. You got to be in the little box. Used to be you have to be in the big box. Now you got to be in the little box because this is where 75% of the traffic is.